guest today, who made his first Grand Slam splash at 17 U.S. Open, first South African to make a major final in more than 30 years, and then did it again at Wimbledon, winning a pair of epics, including one over Roger Federer. And we are very pleased to join with Kevin Anderson on TC Live. Great to see you, Kevin. How's it? How's Kelsey? How's baby Kira? How's Lady Katie? How's everything going?
Yeah, thanks so much. It's great to be on here. We're all doing great, thank you. It's obviously been a bit of a tough time. So I've got Katie here. She just wants to say,
there we go.
say hi. So
there
she's doing well. I think she's enjoying spending some time at home. But obviously, it's been a very tough time. But we've been very fortunate where we are and where we are situated in Florida. So it's obviously been tough not playing tennis, but there's been bigger struggles and more important things to get over with everything that's gone on. But of course, when things settle down, we'll be very excited to try to get back on the tennis court.
Kev, it was good to hear you tell us before we got on that the body's starting to feel good. I just wanted to ask, though, how do you prepare when you don't know where the starting line is?
Yeah, so it's been a bit of a strange timing for me. I had knee surgery right around Acapulco time. And then obviously the tour stopped in Indian Wells. So I was going to be out for a period of time. I think I would have been ready for the clay court season. Obviously, we've had to adjust that, and it's given me a little bit more time to really work on my body and get as healthy as possible. But that's sort of come and gone. You know, time's going pretty quickly. I'm feeling really good out there. But as you mentioned,
Okay, we've frozen with Kevin here, where sometimes these things clear up in a couple seconds, so we will stall and Paul and I will talk to each other and then we'll give up. But Paul, any you want to tell a joke while we wait 10 seconds?
I just want to know how his camera got Jim Courier-itis camera from. Is Jim Courier's computer doing that to everybody? Did Jim start a new trend?
I don't know, but so we're going to effort to get Kevin back, but it gives me a chance to ask you, Paul, about Kevin. Grand Slam finals 2 years in a row, obviously the win over Roger at Wimbledon. He can beat anybody on a given day. I think most people focus on his serve. Tell us why he's more than just a serve.
Well, look, if you want to, as the old cliche goes, if you look in the dictionary under the definition of professionalism, his name will be there. This guy ticks every box. He's an incredibly hard worker, really diligent, had a great run with Brad Stein for a number of years where he really improved, believed he could beat the best players and did. And now he's hired Diego Moyano, who's been coaching him. And I had to catch up with Diego a couple of weeks ago. This guy just knows what he needs to do. He trusts his process. He will work as hard as he needs to work. He's had a couple issues with his body that he talked about, but Brett, you mentioned his serve. His game is solid. I mean, he's a big 6'8" guy with a lot of power, punishes second serve returns, and can hurt you off of both wings. So he is not an easy out. And now with all this confidence, if he gets healthy again, I won't be surprised to see him in the latter stages of any of the majors coming up.
I feel like the word that we often use when talking about Kevin is professional. And I think it's probably a compliment that most tennis players would take. Paul, explain what you mean when you refer to Kevin as professional.
Well, look, there's a lot of players that are talented, physically talented. Some of them are physically talented, but don't work that hard kind of structurally in terms of strategy or technique. Some guys check out mentally. There's all these different components. This is one of the few guys that actually every category ticks the box. He does all the things mentally so that he can be prepared at the highest level emotionally to deal with the ups and downs. He does all the strategy and the technique stuff, takes care of his body as well as he can with that big frame. And most importantly, Brett, what he does so well is he understands his own game. I love that he knows how he should try to play. And very rarely do I watch him play a match and go, what's he trying to do? He understands his game, and he lives and dies by doing what he does best.
He talked about the knee surgery that he had just towards the end of February, beginning of March, which would have taken him out a couple months. I think it was a scope. I think it was a meniscus, if I read right. But in retrospect, Paul, that it ended up being really good timing, right?
Yeah, both he and Roger kind of hit the lottery in terms of if I have to have surgery, when should I do it? Now's the right time. Both of these guys are a little bit older. And, I think it'll give them time to be back and get ready to go.
Paul, that was a first-class stall. We've got Kevin's connection back in Florida.
There he is.
Listen, pay the Verizon bill, would you, Anderson? Because we can't have these kind of situations.
Technology is killing me today.
I know. Paul, go ahead.
No, I wanted to ask you, in this stage we talked about without having the finish line, but in this stage the starting line of when you're going to go, is the most important thing you think mental preparation and patience, or is it the physical and strategic stuff?
I think it's a bit of both. Definitely staying healthy is the number one priority. I've seen that really firsthand, and as I get on in my career, it becomes even a bigger priority. So as a team, we almost sort of put that in a separate category. Everything we work on is always dependent on the health. So our training schedules, everything like that, it's really dependent on that. But then more from a performance standpoint, I think, look, there's always bits of my game that I can feel that can get better. But I think from the mental side is probably the biggest opportunity, especially in this period of time, and especially where I'm in my career. So that's something we're really working hard on. It's such a big area to focus on. There's so many components to that. So we're really trying to work on things from every angle. I'm really excited with how things are going. Actually, for the first time in my career, my whole team is based within 20 minutes of where I live. So that's been really, from a logistics standpoint, it's worked out great. I think we're on a terrific path. It's just hopefully we can get back onto the competition court soon.
So, Kevin, we've known your wife, Kelsey, for quite a while. We've gotten to know Lady Katie from cameos that she made, like the one on this show earlier. We are just getting to know baby Kira. What a beautiful Christmas photo of the four of you guys. It appears that you have the semi-Western grip there on Kira. How has that changed your life?
Yeah, it's been fantastic. Obviously, I guess the blessing of not traveling, just spending time and a lot of time with her every day. She just turned 8 months a couple of days ago, so she's just really starting to engage, and her personality is coming through, which has been really exciting to see. It's a very new journey for me. I had very little experience just with my family. I wasn't around any babies or kids. I was the youngest of all my cousins. I didn't do any babysitting or anything like that, so I've definitely had to learn along the way. Kelsey's been great showing me the ropes a bit. But it's such a different part of my life, and it really would mean a lot to me if I can keep playing for a number of years, so she might have some memories of me on the court.
Hear, hear, Kevin. Thank you for spending some time with us. Congratulations on the baby. Thanks for giving Paul and I a chance to talk to each other for a little while. We rarely get that opportunity.
Pleasure. I know.
We'll do it longer next time, Kevin. Thanks a lot.
Enjoy the
Thanks,
family,
guys.
Kev.